What I teach is a practical spirituality that allows you to heal and to personally grow. Very simple. If it's not practical at Agape, we don't teach it. If you're wondering, Agape is Greek and it means unconditional love. That means total acceptance of yourself and total acceptance of others. So if you're out there for the first time, or if you're out there for the however long we've been around, over 12 years we've been around, say hello. Check in on Facebook. Check in on YouTube. Let us know you're out there, because when we feel that energy, we become a community that's online. I'm finding that more and more in my daily podcast, the more people check in, we start communicating with each other. We're literally building an energy. So do take the time to check in. We will acknowledge any questions that you have, anything that you want to know about. It helps us find what we want to do with you. So it was real interesting. This week, I have decided I am changing a little bit of my life. And that is, I'm becoming more active outside. Because the weather's great, isn't it? And so I want to bring my life back to where I'm enjoying Mother Nature. I'm enjoying outside. That could be trimming the shrubs. It could be getting a new weed whacker. I got a new weed whacker, though. All electric. Lawnmowers, all electric. Everything I've got for the yard now is all electric. Why? Just am. And I'm finding that it's a good thing to go to. I don't have to worry about buying gas anymore. Don't even have to keep gas in the car. I know I'm going off subject, but what I'm doing is I'm changing. I'm changing into a new environment. Not I'm saying that I'm right, but I'm changing. And because what I'm understanding is that the world is changing faster and faster. And the reason it's changing faster and faster is because of technology. We are getting more information immediately. And so things are happening faster and faster. And if we don't adapt, if we don't become flexible, we're going to break. We're going to be stressed beyond belief. So the more that we can do to be flexible, the better off we are. And being outdoors in the sunshine, oh my gosh, folks, nothing is better. Nothing is better. So I've given you time to check in. I want to see your beautiful name. If you're new, tell me where you're from. Tell me the city or maybe even the country you're from. But anyway, let's take a moment and let's slow this down. And I invite you to come into a comfortable seated upright position with your back straight, your hands gently resting on your lap. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and just relax. Bring your awareness to your right arm and feel that arm getting heavier and heavier. And the heavier it becomes, the more it relaxes. Bring your attention to your left arm. Feel it becoming heavier and heavier. And the heavier it becomes, the more it relaxes. Bring your attention to your right leg. Feel that leg becoming heavier and heavier. And it goes into deep, deep relaxation. Now your left leg, in your mind, becomes heavier and heavier and goes deeper and deeper into relaxation. Now your torso, your chest, your abdomen, your back, your shoulders, your head, feel them get heavier. And they go deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. So your whole body is deeply relaxed. With every breath you are breathing, you're going deeper and deeper into a state of relaxation. Imagine a door in front of you. There's a beautiful stairway going down. And as you go down those steps so easily, so effortlessly, you become more and more relaxed with every step. And when you get to the bottom, you realize that you're with your not have to be attached. You do not have to bring the thought into the next moment, into the next moment. You simply let it go, because every thought is a perception. And as you release these thoughts, there's no angst, there's no desire, there is perfect peace. This is the state of non-judgment. This is the state of perfect love. This is the state of oneness, connected to all that is. Allow this quiet, this calmness to feed your very being. Your body is responding without you even knowing it, and it is healing itself, bringing itself into a perfect state of homeostasis. The past is disappearing and no longer has an impact on your mind, and you are fully present in this perfect now. And having re-triggered, reset the natural flow of who you are, you gently look out over the water, how peaceful it is, and realize that you are one with it. And now you stand up. Giving thanks, you start walking up those stairs, bringing with you that inner state of peace. And as you get to the top, you step out, the door shuts behind you, and you open your eyes to life, to your perfect life. And it is good. Well, today I'm going to continue my series, The Path to Freedom. And if you've been following, we've addressed a couple other aspects of how do we get to freedom. Well, today we're going to talk about how to change our beliefs. And we're changing our beliefs because I believe that our beliefs are the foundation of everything we experience. So the question I would ask you is, who are you? Who are you? When you really come down to it and you go, who are you? Or you go to your partner and you say, who are you? You go to your children, who are you? And when you really get to the answer, you are what you believe about yourself. Do you get that? You are a portrait, and the portrait that's there is simply what you believe your portrait should be. What type of person you are. You believe whether you are abundant. You believe whether you are healthy. You believe whether it's easy to be in relationship. You believe that you deserve to be wealthy. You deserve to be healthy. You deserve to be joy-filled. You see, our life becomes what we believe about ourselves. And when we grasp that our beliefs are the filter through which we see life, through which the camera of life sees our lives, and we witness life and we experience life, we now understand that the key thing is, what are those beliefs that are creating our life? Did we choose them? And if we didn't choose them, how can we change them to be what we want? That's the key. So I think the first thing I want to do is to define for you what I believe beliefs are. Our beliefs are our thoughts, words, actions, and feelings aligned toward a specific result, held persistently and consistently, either consciously or unconsciously. Do you notice that? There are those patterns of thought that are beneath the conscious mind and the subconscious mind where they're automatically thought. If you believe I'm not worthy of a great person in my life, if you believe that relationships are difficult, that is a belief. What is it? It's subconscious. You're thinking about it all the time. It's natural, it just comes up. So what do I have to do to change that? I believe that the easiest way to change a belief is to simply create a new one. I don't think you have to dig up the belief. I think you have to believe or understand that the belief is there. And once you understand that the belief is there, now understanding it and knowing that it creates, well, I'm just going to install a new belief. It's, in other words, it's like a computer. There's an old piece of software there. It's no longer serving the computer. What do? You install and write a new piece of software over it. And when you write that new piece of software over it, the old software disappears. And when the computer reboots itself, the new software appears. So when you do that, the new belief appears. It becomes the nature of who you are. The key thing is, it takes time to install a new belief. And so when we're looking at this, the first thing we have to do is we've got to decide what we want our new belief to be regarding a specific area of life. We've got to decide, what is it, the new belief I want about relationships? What is the new belief I want about health? What is the new belief I want about abundance? What is the new belief I want about friendships or career or spiritual connection? What is that new belief? And then when I determine what that new belief is, then I've got to figure out, is it in alignment with who I am? Is it alignment with what's important to me? You see, I believe that each of us has a hierarchy of values, unique. My top 3, your top 3, 4, 5, whatever, but the top 5 in particular, but more importantly, the top 3, they're unique to us as individuals. No one will have the same hierarchy of values. And if you did try to build a belief that's not in alignment with the hierarchy of your values, it's going to be very difficult. And this is what I find. This is why so many people ask them, do you want to be wealthy? Do you want to be wealthy? And you go, yeah. They go, yeah. And then you sit down with them and you go through the process of determining what are their top beliefs, and you find out wealth, money is not even in their top 5. Guess what? It's not going to happen because it's not that important to them unless you reprogram. And how would you reprogram to get a belief different than what you've got? You've got to find out all the reasons why. How would having more money serve you living to what you want to live? If you can build up enough of a why, and I'm talking about 20, 30, 40, 50 reasons, and you add all those reasons together, now you've got power. Now that becomes a number 1, 2, or 3 belief. And then when you've got that belief and you say, okay, what or that value, what belief do I have? And does it align with it? It does. Oh my gosh, that's even more why. And see, now that you've determined that, now we can work on changing that belief. You see, we consciously then begin to direct our thoughts, direct our words, direct our feelings and our actions to be in alignment with the new belief. Everything we start doing from this moment forward is now in alignment with the new belief. So if I'm developing a belief that relationships are easy, then my thoughts, words, feelings, and actions must be in alignment with that. And when I do that by repeating that over and over, keeping those aligned toward that idea that relationships are easy, relationships are easy, relationships are easy, eventually it goes into my subconscious mind and it is a belief and my relationships are easy. And as you continue to build it, you'll notice that your relationships become easier. But if you're one of these individuals, which most people are, and you talk about relationships are hard, look at what happened to me in the past. The second you go there, you're digging up the seed of relationships are easy. You're not allowing the belief, as if it was concrete, you are not allowing the concrete to harden. Every time you think something contrary, the belief doesn't get the opportunity. You're putting more water into the concrete. You're not allowing it to set. The idea is you must persistently and consistently focus on the directed thoughts, words, actions, and feelings that you desire to have. Once it's implanted and it goes into the subconscious mind, then the demonstration fully takes place. Now, it doesn't mean that there won't be things coming around to challenge that belief, but if it's ingrained, you'll come back to it pretty easily. pretty easily. Here's another little trick about building a new belief. I believe that if you simply pause before doing anything and see if you're in alignment with your belief, you'll have a better chance of success. If you feel emotion coming up as you're about to respond to someone that you're in relationship with, pause. Will this cause separation, or will this bring me closer? You see, one of the greatest practical spiritual tools that I've come up with is the pause. It's more powerful because it's an interrupt. It's an interrupt of a pattern interrupt, which stops us from repeating the record, repeating the tape over and over and over again. It allows us to make a new choice. It allows us to be aware. It allows us to be conscious. But if you feel that urge, I got to blurt out to be right, I've got to get this in, that's when it really takes stamina, courage to just pause and ask the question, is this in alignment with what I'm choosing? And if the answer is yes, go forward. If it's not, maybe not say anything. You know, you don't have to answer everything. That's only the ego that wants to be right, that wants to answer immediately. Sometimes you don't need to give an answer ever, but your ego wants to be right. And so you've got to build a belief. I have an ego. The ego serves me, and I am the master of the ego. The ego's not the master. You see, these ideas of getting the image of the new belief, thinking our thoughts, words, actions, and feelings align with it, pausing. We do this every moment of every day until that new belief becomes a natural way that we express ourselves. And you'll know when it's natural because it's not awkward. Anytime something's awkward, it means it's not yet implanted. The software is not fully installed. There's some bugs in the software, using that analogy. And our job is to get a fix in there and to get rid of those bugs by bringing a persistent and consistent focus on what we want. And you see, we will know when our new belief is fully integrated, when our life fully demonstrates that belief. So for example, if I look at my abundance consciousness, the abundance that my wife and I have in our life, it's my belief. Definitely, there's no question. If I want more now, I've got to change that belief. The question I got to ask is, do I want more? And if I have more, how will that serve my other beliefs that are higher on my hierarchy of beliefs? Or will it take away? Will I have to do more, which allows me less time to do what I want to do? You see, that's where you've got to go. You've got to find that balance so that you don't deny yourself that which you really love to do. So I want to say this. This idea of belief, it's not something new. It's been around for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. I think the greatest 8 words that were ever spoken were the words of the master teacher Jesus when he said this: "It is done unto you as you believe." Period. Not when the cows come home, not when the stars go down, not when this. It is done unto you as you believe. He gave us the key to the creative process. Our job is to not understand it. Our job is to prove it through using it. You have the power. It's always been within you, and you've been using it from the time you were born. Now, today, you can make a conscious choice of how you use that power. I believe that you can do it if you take the first step. Let's go into prayer. And let's know that there's a divine, infinite intelligence that's all-knowing, everywhere present, that created all things out of itself. And that you and I are individualizations of that one power, of that one presence. That we are creators. And it is not that I am using my individual mind. I am using the infinite mind, the God mind, the universal mind. because I am a part of that universal mind. I am a point of consciousness within that universal mind, as is each person listening to this talk. And as such, the universal mind that creates all things simply responds to the mental atmosphere that I'm creating within myself. As I direct my new belief into that law, into that mind, when I flip into belief, the mind says yes, and the creation takes place. I can see this everywhere in nature. I can see this everywhere in life. So I put my faith in this natural law of the universe, this natural law that what I believe comes to fruition. It is here that my faith, my trust get to be proven. And each time I prove it, it gets anchored in my consciousness even deeper. And I continue to reprove it as I go to an expansion of life, because I understand, as an individualization of God, my life, my eternal life, is to continually unfold my awareness of the infinite nature of the oneness that I am. I know this is the same for each person out there. I know that I am not special. I am unique. And as if I am unique, then everyone hearing this prayer, everyone, whether they hear this prayer or not, is unique as well. We are all part of the one. Knowing this, it is easy to go into gratitude because I understand what I've created, a clarity and awareness of the power within me to direct my life in a way that I choose, and for you to direct a life in the way that you choose. So I bless it, I call it good, and I let it be. And so it is. Amen. One of the things that I believe is I'm abundant. I also believe that the Agape Spiritual Center is abundant. And I would invite you now to support me in that belief. If this message fed you, if this message nourished you, if you're receiving something from the Agape Center, I invite you to give back. Keep the law of circulation going. You'll find in the description, whether on Facebook or YouTube, you'll find a link that you can give, or go to AgapeSpiritualCenter.com and make a donation by hitting the Give Now button. If you do that, I promise you, your gift will be loved, appreciated, and we will use it to reach more people. I want you to know that this coming Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Central Time, I'm going to be offering a free workshop where I'm going to be talking about what are values, what is the hierarchy of values, and how do we determine our life purpose. So if you are interested in attending that workshop, which will be on Zoom, go to AgapeSpiritualCenter.com, go to the events or go to the calendar, find the event next Saturday, determining your life purpose, and register today. Once you register, there's no cost. You'll get a Zoom link, and then all you do is have to join. And you're going to find that you're going to get such valuable insight. And if you've done it before with me, do it again. The insight will reinforce. You'll go deeper now because you've already got an idea of what I'm going to talk about. So do that. I want you to know that every day at 7 a.m. Central Time, I lead a meditation group, and anyone is invited to attend. At 8 in the morning Central Time, I do a 10 to 12 minute talk about thoughts that can change your life every day. If you want to be a part of that, you're welcome to. On Wednesdays, we have 2 group gatherings, one in the afternoon at 1:30 Central and one at 7 o'clock in the evening. If you would like to be a part and just share with the community, you're welcome to join that. We're putting together whatever we can to connect us so that you have a place that you can create your life and feel at home. What I believe home is a place where you're safe to be you. I know for me, that's home. And I think you will agree with me that if you felt safe and you could be your unique self, you would feel at home too. So with that in mind, go out there, create your most magnificent life. And if no one tells you, I will. I love you and I accept you just like you are. Until next time.